Welcome, my celestial beings, my extraterrestrials and all. Today is the 10th episode of Focusology. I'm your host, Wolfrey, aka Night Wolf, and today I have a guest with me, none other than my brother, PETEY Toppo Sama. This man is the legend. Well, damn, dude, let me finish, bringing you in. Hold on. Now, this man here, not only is he a technical guru, but he's also a crypto guru as well. And
There we go.
yeah, I got to do it, dude. I got to do it.
Yeah.
This man has been educating me on plenty of things, and I don't know how to describe him.
I
He's
am
like
the legendary lay it to smack it down on Palladians and all these things that you talk about. This is who I am. I bring it. I am the hammer. I bring the hammer of the gods.
very
Was that
well
an
as
intro
your.
for myself?
That was definitely an intro for
Thank
yourself.
you, sir.
So,
I am plasmatic.
oh, here
Nobody
we go.
knows what that means. You're about to learn this episode.
Yes. Now, before I get into the definition of plasmatic, let people know about you, brother. Tell them something about yourself.
They call me PD Tingles, right? But I take out the tingles because I just don't tingle anymore. I am a tingle, you know? Don't have to feel the sensation no more because I am a sensation, you know? I project it out. So they just call me PD Topo-sama. Toppo
And where
is
did
my guy from Dragon Ball Super. He is a god
ah
of destruction and training, you know?
indeed
And he
no
lays
difference?
smackdowns on whoever defies justice. And because I have a big belly like him, so that kind of matches. But yes, I am formerly known as Funko Sama, PD Sama. We have Pop Rose TV on YouTube. We have the podcast Pop Rose TV, which has been inactive for 3 years. But we're going to bring it back soon enough. But I decided to jump on Mr. Wolfrey, a.k.a. Night Wolf, a.k.a. Mr. Plasmatics podcast to warm up, get the throat ready for some good podcasting. So,
Well, don't forget Jaren Blacker. For
yes,
all of y'all who don't
Jiren
know,
Block.
he is Toppo. I am Jiren.
Yes.
So,
We do
definitely.
destructive things together, as in destroying your eardrums right now with this fascinating conversation.
It's only the beginning. But, definitely this man has definitely been there for me throughout a lot. Definitely helped me transition through a lot. And I have nothing but love and respect for this man. Definitely his sense of humor, as you're here so far, because honestly, this is about to be like the most goofiest fucking episode that I do have.
Yeah, I can get
Because
serious too, you know. I just let the goofy out first so we can loosen up
nah,
the
definitely, dude.
eardrums of the 10 people that listen to this podcast so we can actually have 12 next time.
Damn right. Maybe
But
13 if we're lucky.
yes. But Mr. Wolf was on our podcast about 2 times, I believe. And he was on our last Pop Bros video officially with Kaboom. He showed up at the end as the White Ranger. It was a strange helmet that didn't fit him. And he was in the heat for an hour as we recorded.
Yeah, I definitely sweated my ass off, dude.
But that's what got him into the game of creativity and bring him out into his own realm of hocusology.
That is true.
Yes, it was those preparations that got him ready to talk to you guys about, that stuff he talks about, all that good stuff, all that astrology, all that, UFOs and aliens and Pleiadians and creatures and emotions and vibes and destruction.
Yeah, I can't really take credit for astrology, Joe, because honestly, I really don't know shit about astrology. But when it
in the
comes into
sense
this,
of how it kind of affects your vibe and your mood,
yeah,
how your anus is in the sky at a certain point. All right. The jokes are out. We're going to let Wolf run his mouth now and let him talk about what he wants to run his mouth about today.
Well, for me, this episode number 10.
Ooh, number 10. Let's
Yo,
go.
yeah, definitely. I know it's been a long time in the making, but number 5 was based off the zombie apocalypse. This one is going to be a mix between my extraterrestrial encounters and the eclipse that's on the way on April 8th.
Oh, damn.
The conception that people have of it, instead of acknowledging it and understanding that it's a source of being able to enhance your abilities, they're creating all of the shit to be able to stop people from evolving within themselves. So that's what's going to be going on for today. Now, if my brother has the time, then we'll definitely try to rock through it because, got my little nephew up and running. So definitely you might hear some disturbances.
Wrecking havoc as we speak in the living room. All toys are being sacrificed to
Uh,
the eclipse god.
for the greater good at this
Yes.
moment. I appreciate his patience, even though he is like ransacking the whole house. But this moment has been long overdue. So yeah,
Yes.
so
By the way, he just watched Godzilla versus Kong, so he is
uh,
reenacting what he just saw.
oh, he's definitely about to bust down the door, just yelling.
Yeah, and if you hear me go, help me, and just dragged, then you guys know Sama has been eradicated by
Right?
baby Sama.
But it's
Let's
all
continue. Let's roll. Let's roll with the time that we have.
all right. So all right. So what's your I don't know, like what's your areas of belief or what conspiracies have you heard that like caught your attention?
Well, first of all, I am the supreme being, but if I was to believe, I believe in high power. I believe in the creator, whether you name him or her or it, whatever you believe in and call it. I'm all about all that action because at the end of the day, they all those stories, religious, spiritual, I mean, cosmology based, I mean, all of it comes to one alignment, which is the same thing. There's a creator, there's a supreme being, whether it's good or bad or neutral, that's up to your perception. But um I'm a truther, right? This conspiracy label, garbage, right? We seek the truth. We want to see what's going on and what's being put out there.
Right.
And I try to break down things logically and see what or what not is the thesis or what's going on and what is being put out there, what is trying to demoralize us or, just distract us from maybe something that's greater can evolve you maybe spiritually or bring your energy up, and they try to sidetrack you with all this basura and the news and all the shenanigans and stuff like that. So coming back to the eclipse, I've been for a couple of weeks already been talking to Mr. Wolf over here about what exactly might be going on that day, because we know it's a solar eclipse. We know it's going across the country. It's going to be one of the rarest ones, at least in New York in the northeastern section. The next one's gonna be like 2070.
All
So they're
right.
really hyping this one up. But they've been warning us and telling us to prepare because of the influx of tourism and all this stuff that might happen. So get your food, get your water. That's never been done in history. That's never been said in history. Last eclipse, nobody cared. The sky turned purple. We said, oh, cool. And we continued our work. This
All
one, they're
right.
making something legit out of it. So I'm just trying to see where we're going with it. We had a minor earthquake today over here in the Northeast, 4.8 magnitude. 4.8 is the solar eclipse. So, I mean, you put the numbers together. Numerology is big with these, you know, lizards. So, so I think the evil higher powers of this world, lizard, reptilian, whatever you want to call them, jabronis, but they're big on numbers and they're big on sapping certain energies and frequencies and stuff out of the earth, out of the people when these numbers align. So it's been known for years and years with certain things, 9/11, all this stuff that is just symbology is big on certain dates and numbers and events. So I'm hoping nothing happens, but there seems like something is going on in the background. You got all this stuff going on with the open border and just people just coming in from every parts of the world, hitting Earth, outside Earth, across the freaking land, Antarctica, wherever they're coming from. But they're coming in an influx to this country, so
Yeah,
maybe
I
they're
don't think
preparing for something that happens like that, or maybe it's just astrological, you know. And as we speak, I might be getting
there
beat
goes
up.
the
Yes, you hear that knocking on the door. That is a baby destroyer wanting to jump in the conversation. But yeah, so that's pretty much my stance. And like I said, I hope nothing happens. I know in the opposite end over here, my man wants everything to happen, like zombie apocalypse and everything, so he can finally test out his true power.
I mean,
But
why not?
because I know you all about that action.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I just want to see what is, what I don't know, just see the vibe of the day and see what might transpire or what they're leading into with all the current events going on. Everybody's talking about prophecy, biblical, end times, revelation. I don't believe none of that. They could man make all that, stuff, and make it
Right.
seem like it's happening, according to Bibles and Korans and stuff like that. But
Don't forget the Simpsons.
them damn Simpsons, bro. I'm damn Simpsons. I'm sorry to think that they just get the script from lizard people and just, give the foresight to the people 3 months ahead of time.
Look,
So
you never know. I mean, honestly,
who knows?
there's just too much with that. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
piggyback off of what you said as far as the eclipse real quick, and I'm just letting everybody know this much: for all who's spiritually based, who's trying to grow within themselves spiritually and all, don't be afraid of this eclipse. This is something that's the battery pack to your awakening and your abilities, and that's really what it is. And that's something that they're trying to remove out of everybody by bringing in all of these fucking events that's supposedly bringing fear into people. But for the ones who have that feeling like, yo, why is it now during the time of this great big awakening is all of this shit happening? No difference than if you look at your life. Like at the end of the day, you're going to go through a lot of transitions within yourself. And from that, you're going to gain. But you have to take it's like it's always something to be able to balance out the gains that you're going to get. And one thing that needs to be understood is still do not fear what's going to come because there's nothing scary, there's nothing dangerous about it. It's just the fucking media. And as my brother's saying about the damn lizard people and all, they're just trying to spark fear inside of everybody to make them remove themselves from being able to evolve and grow.
I
Because
forgot
if you,
about the meteor, the devil. What was it called? Devil's Comet, something. You're
yeah,
also going to be able to see that and Uranus or something. So they
well,
just
not
had
like
to
this, but,
happen to name that damn comet Devil's Horn. Like, no need for it because it has a little triangle-ish, how you say, like stream coming off of it. But yeah,
I mean, I'm just like, I read and feel things. So it's more so not me necessarily reading like any magazines or any whatever. I don't read shit. I just receive messages to read. And when they tell me clearly, like, look, this is going to be one of the most powerful events for all awakens, that's what I'm going to sit by. I'm going to stand by that. And I already had an understanding that there's going to be some shit that's going to go on. Come on, look at the first shit that happened fucking with the boat that crashed into the damn bridge. Now, let alone I was supposed to be getting a load heading up that way, and I refused it because I didn't feel like going there. Not right afterwards, a fucking boat collides into the damn bridge that I normally take. My ass could have been on it because I normally like driving in the nighttime. But
he's
you know,
talking
it's
about the
just
Francis Scott Bridge in Baltimore. If nobody's up to date with news,
yes,
continue.
the Francis Cock Bridge. But fucking, it's just and then afterwards, I forgot there was another crash in like The boat that crashed
Turkey.
into the you know, I don't really pay mind to none of that stuff. Only for the fact is like everything is gonna go on right now to sit there and divert everybody from being able to grow within themselves. And as anybody who listens to this podcast, I always address no matter what, focus on growth, focus on your self love, self belief, and understanding that once you get to a certain level, shit does get easier. Things do come to you. There's ways where you'll be able to learn how to manifest, how to just bring things into existence that you've always wanted. But you got to have that control first. You got to find a balance within all areas within yourself spiritually to be able to get there. This eclipse, like I said, is one of the biggest blessings for anybody who's awakened and definitely trying to get a little booster pack to move forward. And that's exactly what the fuck it is. Nothing else. So don't let none of this shit that you see on social media, none of the shit that's going on in the news, alter anything in what you're trying to do. Except my brother, y'all need to get the fuck out of New York. Because shit is about to get real out there.
Just
But,
bring it, baby. I'm all about that action.
all right, y'all be getting that call soon. Help me,
Help me, help me.
but, I'm definitely for it,
It's
dude.
all about perspective. Either you can worship it for being Saturn worship, darkness, and all that crazy stuff. Like they originally lining it up for Crowley and his summonings of creatures or whatever on April
Yes.
8th, 1930 something. Or you could use it for the positive and use it as maybe a first time for somebody out there, and
Yeah.
utilize that unique energy that you might feel and see, and use it to your advantage, and become better, become more aware, become more awakened, open up that third eye, like my boys at the Cult of Conspiracy likes to say.
Man,
That's
right.
pretty much it. Maybe it'll work out for you, or just see it as a normal event. You take it in and you move on. So
Right.
perspective is important, but they are definitely labeling this as a massive, weird event like a Super Bowl type thing. So
Right.
it's kind of weird in all aspects, but like I said, you guys just take it for what it is, enjoy it, and just think positive for everything. That's what I try to do, but I also see the logical things that come with it, which is again like the bridge collapsing. Now you have less. You gotta have transportation problems, delays, food delays, and what is it? Just certain items that you won't be able to get now because it's delayed. So I look at things like that and just scope it out. So because at the end of the day, we still gotta eat, we still gotta live. So I try to see it in that way as well. But you know, take it for what it is. It's gonna be a something. Something's definitely gonna kick April 8th, Monday. So good or bad, do with it what you can.
So what do you plan on doing for April 8th?
I will be working and I will be hoping that I finish the route by the time the eclipse starts eclipsing. So I can run home and say, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I'll be finishing up work maybe. Depends. Maybe my family wants me to stay home. So we'll see. But if I could get a glimpse at it, I'm definitely gonna check it out and see what kind of vibe, what kind of energy I'm receiving from it. And just hope
Well,
that people know how to act civilized and normal and don't start acting a fool in my
dude, I mean,
location.
unfortunately, you already know
But I already
there's
know.
a shitload of people that is going to use that as an excuse to just feed
Awaken.
insanity. Like,
This eclipse has let me known the truth that I shall be erratic and destroy. People
right,
are
they're going
crazy,
to be like
so they're just
fucking
gonna use any excuse
on
when they
Split when he became the Beast.
and then when they get caught, they'll say it's neurological or mental instability or all that fun stuff. So,
Right, the
like I
eclipse
said,
controlled them.
just be wary, be careful. If people are gonna go see it in the what's it called, the totality, the 100% eclipse, 90% areas, they're gonna be packed with people, good, bad people. So prepare for the worst, but also, try to enjoy the spectacle. That's all you
No,
can do.
definitely. Well, I'm gonna tell you, like I told you already, I suggest anybody, if they get the opportunity to go outside during the eclipse and do some grounding. Within the eclipse time, the vibration that gives off throughout the earth is something that's magnified by levels that are just not normal, which is something that we definitely do fucking need. So, not only for my brother, but for everybody else who's listening, definitely I suggest that everybody just get up, go out during the eclipse, do some grounding. That way you're more heavily rooted within the cleansing and connection between you and this planet. So now, what are your thoughts on extraterrestrials?
I believe I'm talking to one of the head of the table, so that's for sure.
That is true.
Acknowledge him. uh, I believe they're plasmatic and
Here we go.
in nature. Um, my man Wolf created that word today. He was trying to talk about tectonic. He came up with plasmatic. I like the word. I'm gonna start using it for no reason. ETs, UFOs, whatever they else they call it, what UAV or whatever, unidentified aerial vehicle or whatever they trying to relabel it as. I know there's something out there. There's got to be. There's got to be something influencing things on this planet. It's just not just human basis. This is beyond that. Where they come from, I'm more of a dome person. I'm more of a firmament person. So I believe they come from beyond the wall. What they talk about Antarctica, beyond the wall, hollow earth, all that stuff. I believe it. I saw Godzilla again today and it just reaffirmed that concept. It resonates with me. I like it. I think there's something below, Middle Earth that we can't get to. We've only drilled about 8 miles in, so it's unknown. Everything is unknown. They say they come from the water. We've not explored 90% of the ocean. So
Exactly.
some of the people that went on Joe Rogan and all these podcasts talking about, we seen the ships rise from the water, and maybe they got stuff going on underwater, and we can't detect nor understand that concept because it's just beyond our way of thinking. But there's beings out there, whether you want to call them whatever you want to call them, straight aliens, little people, grays, Palladians, um, what's the other, celestials, I mean, Andromedans. I mean, there's so many theories and concepts that we could go on and on, but I know there is some other being, but I don't think they're coming from space. I don't think they're coming from other galaxies. They might be coming through portals or dimensions within the earth. Who knows? But I mean, I'm talking to one, so he could probably explain this better than I can. He is Jaden Black for a reason.
Indeed.
He resonated with that character so fast. It was like he saw his uncle. So, it just, his eyes open just like that. So, but he's definitely more in tap, and he goes in depth with that more. But I do believe there's something out there. There's, something we can't see or understand unless you open yourself to it. Another dimensional, access. You have to raise your vibration, your positive, not positivity, but you just have to embrace it to maybe see more, and experience more. I
Well,
probably don't want to experience it because I don't know what they're about, and they probably gonna go one-on-one with your boy, and I might get, a waddy dot. But in
well,
terms
no.
of if they're here for good or bad, again, perception depends on who you are and what you want from it or them.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that's one thing that I definitely was going to say is that, and everything that you were saying, you're right.
Oh, thank you.
It's not, yeah, it's not just one area. It's not just dimensional. It's fucking everything. They're from other planets. They're from other galaxies, other universes, other dimensions. Like they're all the fuck around. And for whatever reason, it's something about still this planet compared. I mean, naturally, only because we're here. we really don't hear nothing about any other planets and what they got going on than other what Mars, the Moon, maybe Pluto, but it's
Nah, Pluto been eradicated from the children's books. It's not even. But I tend to think there's something with that because you can't just eradicate what was taught in schools for many years and just take it out of the solar system. So
yeah,
yeah, they try to talk about the moon Titan that orbits Saturn and one of the moons on Jupiter. You know, they got
right,
their high def images, but they say that we fly to them and we got their little rovers and stuff. But I'm not convinced at all. It looks like really bad Hollywood AI and CGI. So that's just me. But
yeah, but yeah, they're definitely all of the above. Intergalactical, galactical, universal, dimensional, all
plasmatic.
types of shit. Yes, plasmatic. Now, I'm gonna get into plasmatic right now. Yes, we was talking about the earthquake and
Yeah,
the
we talk some real dark stuff right now. Let's get into this. What we
now
really came here for.
the plasmatic plate and what I said for some reason that came to me. Now, what people don't seem to understand, even though
Oh,
I
I'm trying to. Please go
yeah, I
ahead.
know I'm trying to make it work, but
Thank you, sir.
I have connections within my higher self. So in moments when I do talk, I'm not only talking through me, I'm talking through him because I'm pretty much like that fucking dude that was on Independence Day when the damn alien wrapped his tentacle around him and just was speaking for him. I'm literally like a puppet. And I
Rest in
get that,
peace, scientists.
right? Die. But but at the end of the day, it's like I understand clearly within the shell that I'm in, this vessel that I'm in, that this is not really who or what I am. I've already experienced plenty of interactions where I was told my position. I was told I am not fucking from this place. I was told I am a higher being. Now the thing about it is that with the ones that I've encountered, I'm not gonna lie, there's some cocky motherfuckers, and they have every right to be because these are the all seers, all knowers. If you get to that position, and this is what I've been saying in other podcasts, is like just my concept on just life alone and being on this planet. Like, we're higher entities who just got bored of being what we are and then just came down here to play this fucking game to get back to who we truly are. And when you talk with extraterrestrials and all, there's plenty that's very humble. And I mean very humble. Like one of them that came to me one time and I was at my brother's house and he said, "Hey man, look, I don't want to have no problems with you. Like, you're the last person I really want to have problems with, but I'm just letting you know we can get through anything." I'm like, yo, dogs, you're telling me one thing, but telling me another thing, like we could get through anything. That's like, two different things. It's like
That's a
comfortable
lot of
with
things in that one
thing.
paragraph you
Right.
just said. Yes, we're going back to the things, my friend.
Yeah, I know. I see a lot
Inside
of
joke,
things,
inside joke, guys.
but
The ting of
uh,
the everything is the something of the everything.
right. No
That was your
difference in
bio on YouTube, and then you made me take it down because you said I made everybody feel relevant.
right. I'm something to your. Wait, what the hell is it?
I'm
I'm something
something
to your
to your everything
nothing.
that is nothing. Yes.
Right. So yeah, no, that wasn't gonna
But
work.
continue. Yes, yes, yes.
But
So that's what that.
but it's just that their approach, and I keep telling them like, dude, I don't mind y'all coming to talk with me. I don't mind meeting up with y'all to talk. Just stop fucking popping up out of nowhere. Like if you could talk telepathically and do all of this magnificent shit, yo, send me an email, send me a brain mail or something like, hey, dude, like tomorrow night, maybe tomorrow morning, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, or whatever, we're gonna swing by because we need to talk with you. I'll be able to sort of accept that more easier than me just fucking opening my eyes and you just standing there like, hey, what's up? Like, nah, don't do that shit. But once I started getting more in tune with my higher self, things definitely has been changing with my encounters. They are more so welcoming and a humbled way of I really don't know how to describe it, but pretty much as me being like royalty. You know, no difference than the time I told you I had the image of me going over the hologram of the moon and going to this temple, and then from the temple they was greeting me saying welcome back, sitting in your throne and stuff like that. And ever since that, their greetings have been different. You know, some people, some of them, well, I can't say people, some entities greet me as that higher being. Some greet me as like their commander, but it's still something of a high rank. It's nothing where it's just like we're equal. And when I finally seen my higher self and understood and seen his image, I was like, maybe it's possible, but when he connects with me, he's very egotistical. And that's one thing I do try my best not to be is like I've always tried to be humble and just stay at a certain line within things because I don't ever want to belittle anybody. But he's like, understand, I am me, and that is it. There's no explanations to who I am. There's no definition to what I am. Just understand who I am, and that is it. Don't ask anymore. Let alone you just need to be appreciative to be in my presence because there's nothing else that's going to be more than what you're receiving right now. And I'm like, dude, you can't fucking tell people that. And clearly he told me, like, why not? This is the truth. I am me. I am the fucking man of the universe. There's really nobody like above. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna go real far dealing with people who have biblical beliefs. Like, you can't tell nobody no shit like that. But it's the honest truth from what he says. Like, I've seen him. And from what I've seen is literally the outline of my body with the galaxy and universes, or just swimming around inside of it. Sort of like fucking when Xenos merged with his damn security. Like,
Dragon Ball
dude,
Super anime war reference. Yes, sir.
yes. But that's exactly what the fuck he looked like.
So you
Now
telling
some
me
people,
you looked a little plasmatic?
yes, very plasmatic. So
Yes. Copy that.
now the plasmatic thing. The plasmatic plates is actually they do exist.
Oh shit.
But what it is, yeah, it's like all right, you ever seen what was that shit? Battle, what is it? Battle shit with fucking Rihanna and all of them?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking aliens? Okay. So you remember that big ass piece of land that they were sitting there, um, pretty much it was more, it wasn't like a weapon, but they could have used it as a weapon, but it was pretty much like a I would say like a telecom or some shit where they could connect with the other battleships and all of that stuff. But there is a plasmatic or well, shit, getting shit mixed up.
Let me
My
step
tongue
in
gets
here.
heavy, but
He's saying that there is
tonic
plasmatic,
plate.
tectonic energy out of that land that connected their communication systems, and they can launch a super plasmatic beam up the aliens. Goodness!
Well, actually, no, they'll be the ones using that shit to shoot at other, pretty much shoot at us.
Yes, sir.
If we don't get our shit right, because people think that shit is a hoax where they interview these fucking aliens and they tell them like, yo, we are here literally to stop y'all from fucking destroying all of y'all civilization and this planet. Like, fuck y'all. Y'all need to go. We need, and we still need the resources from this planet. And the shit is real. Like, dude, I mean, I've said it in the podcast before. We are the fucking parasites. And that's it. Look at
Makes me
every
want to go to work so much happier tomorrow. Thanks.
you're welcome.
I also believe that, like they say, the Andromedans and certain galactic aliens from different galaxies near us, light years, like light years, which is like crazy to think about. They're also here to guide and make sure that we don't wreak havoc on each other.
Yeah.
So say, yeah, no, I feel like there's a slight hand going on. They're throwing things into, you know, not as according to plan, and I feel like there's a resistance going on, and could be them throwing their, you know, that the protective sleeve over this, erratic destruction we're trying to cause. They could be certain beings that's stopping or delaying things from happening. So that could be an option too. Or maybe we're just parasites. I'm just trying to believe that there's something more than that, because that just sounds like the typical alien movie. you know,
Yeah.
I do believe there are these higher beings that's been watching over us and guiding the people of Earth, and as long as we've actually had the brain to kind of use it at its certain capacity to build things and create things. But I feel like they guided us with all that, from the pyramids to starting fire, so from building this fourth revolution of cars and machines that just came out of nowhere, TVs, and I believe that's all their technology that they let us learn about, and we're letting it come out like we're creating it. But I just feel like this humans are not this smart, man. I don't think they're advanced like that. They understand certain concepts, but I feel like a lot of it came from outside sources, because
Yeah.
it just makes more sense that way. It resonates that way.
Yeah,
But
no,
that's just
definitely.
my humble opinion.
No,
Don't
but
quote
shit.
me on that. I'm just a man who opens up Dragon Ball cards and posts them on my page. But I usually, if I hear many people talk about certain concepts, and there's always that one that resonates with you, there's a reason for that. And that doesn't change over time. It really just, you can learn more about it in different ways, but there's certain things that just resonates within you.
You
So,
know, even talking about this, I just came up with a whole new fucking concept.
here we
Like,
go.
yeah, no, this shit is I mean, it just made me think. Like, normally I would say that it's a couple of things. Number one, we are all higher beings, and we got bored and we created the Sims like game, which is where you get into the whole theory of
Simulation.
simulation, right? But what if some of us, because like they even say, not all of us are going to be awakened. Not all of us is here to be awakened. What if within that we planted as the higher entities, right? We have these pets that try to mimic us so much that we all just are here. Like, we're here in a human being form, watching our pets to see how much they could replicate what we do to get to the places within themselves to reach the levels that we are.
Well, if that concept stays true, my dog, only thing it's taken from me is how to eat, sleep, and poop. And that's pretty much it. But she also brings happiness to many, so that could be her gift. Uh,
Yeah,
Possibly. Remember, animals, they talk about, I'm not a big animal guy. I'm not like, ooh, I respect them. I understand they're here. They're also super spiritual. They tap into stuff that we can't even understand. But they might be here guiding us in their own way. They might be a Andromedan alien in a dog, or a freaking bear, or whatever.
right.
We just don't know the it expands so much to different ways and topics. Like, it goes on, and you could think and fascinate over it. But whatever resonates, whatever you feel like it feels good to you, and it feels like you definitely understand it and want to learn about it, then I say go for it and stick to your beliefs, as long as you're not hurting anybody or forcing it upon nobody, and you could just explain it to each other and share ideas. That's what it's all about. And I feel like that concept is getting more and more eradicated through the internet and all this stuff going on Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff, Snappy Chat and Tiki Takiri, you know.
Right.
And we just have to talk, and that's why I think podcasts are important. That's why they've grown immensely, that they're bigger than your news, your local news and stuff, whether, they're talking good or not, but they open up your brain to ideas and concepts from these people that have learned these things for 30, 40 years and studied it and the history and go in depth. And that's important, especially right now in this time of age, because things are getting a little weird, my friend.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm
Like
all about that action, damn it. I'm all
I'm
about
still
it.
find an easier way to be able to talk with my dog in his language. You know,
If he could talk to you, he's gonna say, "Feed me more."
I mean, yeah, that time when I gave him shrooms,
Oh
it was a
Jesus!
pretty good. Yeah, no, it was a shooting. They had that shooting star event. I think it was in like October, December, something like that.
Mhm.
But I was like, definitely, I'm gonna go outside, watch it. I'm gonna take some shrooms and go from there. But something was like, yo, give beef some. So I grinded it up, gave him some. He ate it, started making his weird ass noises, and then he sat on Aurora's beach chair on the porch.
Mhm.
And I asked him, I said, let me ask you a question. How do you like being here so far? And he literally stopped and looked at me and said, it's all right. So in that moment, I was like, yo, this motherfucker broke code. And I told him that shit. I said, dude, you broke code, right? And then he just gave me this look like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You already broke it. Let's like continue talking.
And
So
then
then he
he
got
turned into
fucking
Bergamo from Universe 9
like
and
just
hit
in
you
that
and
moment,
hit you with a howling blaster.
right. I'm like, but in that moment, dude, it was just something that dawned on me within the regulations that we have as us allegedly supposedly being animals as well. We are all supposed to be connected. Now, if you want to get
Mhm.
into the biblical sense of it, naturally as time passed and all of the sins and all that we created, it ended up having us not all be connected as we were supposed to be. But there's ways to still tap into it and fucking get and understand and have a better relationship with all of the species on this planet. Now extraterrestrial, like speaking, of a higher entity, technically there's nothing else to break code but what your mind creates inside of you. And once you break that, then you'll be able to see clearly everything is still all connected as one. We're the only things that's blocking us from being able to move forth and have what the original tales was told. So
Nature.
yeah, I mean, think about it.
We've got
If
away
you
from it all.
if you was able to connect with a tree who allegedly's been on this planet for fucking over 1,500 years or whatever, and you just want to hear the stories that it tells you, how much are you really like? How much do you think that you could take in? Compared to meeting up with one of your elders, an elder human being, and hearing their stories. Oh well, you know, we used to walk to school and this and that area and live through this and that.
We
But
used to
think about
climb
these
mountain
fucking
cliffs to school. I know
right.
the stories.
But think about the shit that when you sit there with no fucking shoes on, no fucking socks on, that's giving you this fucking pulse, float like just flowing through your fucking body and
Negative ion, positive ion transfers.
yeah, dude. And it's just fucking magical. But then you hear the stories that they've experienced. How, just from the shit that we take in from our elders. Imagine the shit that you'll take in from hearing stories from the true elders. And that's one thing I'm not gonna disrespect any of the tree huggers and all, to each their own. But
I take
it's
your
like,
apology, sir. Thank you.
dude, let me see you fucking hugging a tree one day.
I hugged the tree about twice. I got a splinter, but it was all right.
That means
But
you
little
getting
kids
corrected.
love hugging trees, and there's always something to that.
Yeah.
So,
No difference than having a dog or a cat. It's
mhm.
just within their spiritual. It's just a
Kinetic,
spiritual detail.
plasmatic energy, damn it. That's what I
Yes, I
call
know,
it.
sir. Well, for me, I call it the
Yes.
plasmatic plate.
Uh, and that, folks, will be the end of this episode because
Oh,
we've said plasmatic about 10 times. And I know you're probably looking at the dictionary trying to find a damn definition
you will
where
not
you would never find
find.
one ever. But according to Wolf, it is simply plasmatic, damn it. And you accept it for what it is.
And that's it, because I said so.
And that's
But
the bottom
I
line.
guarantee when people start encountering extraterrestrials, they will talk about plasmatic events that took place. Watch.
Can't
I'm
wait
telling
for
you,
it.
dude.
I'll be the first one in line. Please explain to me, because this man created a brand new word today, 4524.
And they will let you know straight up, oh no, he's actually telling the truth about exactly what it is.
Of course
It's
he
a
does, because he
fucking
is
place.
Mr. Wolf.
Jitting blocker. But
And before I get a black eye, I have been summoned.
uh-oh.
So that means Petey Toppo Sama, Petey Tingle Sama, Petey Sama, whatever you want to call me, is out of this podcast. It was a pleasure. It
Please
was an
say
honor. I will exit myself out. I will also edit this podcast, so I have no fear.
Shit.
But,
that means I only got 5.
But yes, long time coming. We'll do some more in the future. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my main man. Get them to the people. Get them to the ears. Get them to the ones that need to be awakened. And for me, you can find me at Pop Rose TV on YouTube and Spotify, where we do nothing that we talked about today on those channels. But I probably will be coming out with my own little version of something of this realm, talking about it. Maybe I'll think about it. I don't like talking about it too much to a lot of people, because you know how the normies get. So that's what it is. But yeah, you can find me there. And my Instagram page got eradicated by my son. He locked PD Sama's official Instagram page, so I haven't had access to that in about 3 years. So maybe I'll recreate a Pop Rose TV page, and when we start putting up content, just to stay in contact with whoever wants to run their mouth to me. And that's it. And yes, I'll leave this to Mr. Wolf, Mr. Jaden Blacker, Mr. Night Wolf, Mr. Wolf Knight, and whatever else you want to call him.
Very well, my brother. What done now?
I will hit you with that. Oh, what do you and
Shit.
versus the garage.
Hakarida. There was a garage.
That was a lot of that was a lot of just eradicating of souls right there. But in our realm of Pop Rose, we like to hit you out with that flippity flip and a warty done out. And Mr. Wolf can end this one right here.
Hakarida.
Yes. And now he goes play Zombie Apocalypse.
Actually, I've been playing throughout the interview.
Oh, jeez. That's how serious he takes me, people. You see this? He was playing a game. That's why his thought coordination was not where it needed to be. Damn it.
Dude, I'm just running around killing zombies. That's one thing. I could do that all day, every day. But it's just fun, and it's trying to have a short length of it so you don't get eradicated, and me also getting my damn words together for it. I mean, I'm excited. You know, this is my first time having a host.
It worked out all right.
So
it worked out all right.
You know,
it was a little all over the place, but it worked out all right. We got the points across. So I hope the 10 people that listen enjoyed it.
Definitely.
Maybe 11. We'll see. But
maybe I'll get another person in Canada and Austria. But
yes.
All right, people, what we're going to do is cut this. And I'm going to let y'all know, like I've said, do not let this eclipse fool y'all. Don't let the people fool y'all. Keep your energy high. Make it higher. Get you some fucking shrooms. Get you some fucking DMT if you can. Go on YouTube, put on some fucking facial frequencies or some damn DMT frequencies.
You got 528, 432, all that good stuff.
Look, go even higher, 12,000. Like, just go
all the
me
into plasmatic existence, my friend.
Dude, so be it. But at the end of the day, you will thank me once you're levitating.
I'm about to be eradicated right now. Warida, and out, my people.
Very well. Latest.